Hello besties and welcome to another video on my channel. Today I want to make some yarn. I want to take this pony and make her into yarn. No, actually, don't worry, but earlier this year I went to a fibre festival, and you know how it goes when you go to a fibre festival, you come home with fluff and yarn and fibre, wool, whatever you want to call it. So today I want to do a little bit of spinning. It's been a while since we did some spinning on the channel and I'm very excited. I want to do some spinning inspired by My Little Pony, because I love My Little Pony, especially this pony. Her name is Lemon Drop, and I have these hanks of fibre that matches the colours pretty much perfectly, and I want to do a fun fractal spin with this fluff. I also have some stuff on the wheel already, and we might have to finish that up first before starting on the Lemon Drop fluff. I may also want to start something else, or maybe work on an old work in progress thingy. We'll see what we end up doing today. I kind of want to just go and see where we end up today. So let's get the wheel out and get going, shall we? So before doing anything else, I need to get this already started spin off of the wheel. I could just move it and use my other bobbins, but I figured we should finish it. It is kind of pony coated with the pink and white, so it will be perfect. This is a super fluffy bat I got earlier this year with 2/3 merino and Jämtland wool and 1/3 angora fur, and I honestly can't describe with words how soft this was to spin. The extra furry bits were at times hard to make a consistent thickness, but that honestly isn't something that bothers me a ton. I used to be very upset with myself if I spun too thick or too inconsistent, but these days I am more about the process and having fun than having the perfect factory-like skein of yarn, and honestly that makes for more consistent yarns in my opinion as an added bonus. Because I stress less about the end result, I relax and flow more with my projects. Win-win. This fluff also has some more texture-rich pieces of uncombed wool, which was super curly, so I let them do their thing and add a little pop of almost boucle looking finish where they popped up. Originally, I had planned on chain plying this fibre, but seeing as it's so light and airy and soft and fluffy, I wanted to keep as much of that as possible, so I opted for a 2-ply, and honestly I am so glad I did this because it turned out so good. Very soft and very cute. Next, let's move on to the main star of today's video, my Lemon Drop yarn, or fibre as it were. I have 100 grams of this yellow Corriedale and 100 grams of this purple merino, and this is the pony I'm inspired by today. It's a perfect match and I am really excited to start, so let's start prepping our fibre. First I'm weighing it so I can get as close to an even distribution of the fibre as possible. I want to do a 3-ply sort of fractal with long colour repeats, so I'm going to divide it first in 3 pieces per colour. For the first ply, I am dividing it in half again and pairing up the colours in 2 nests of yellow and purple. For the second ply, I make double the amount of pieces, aka a colour repeat per colour in the first ply, if that makes sense. And for the third, I double what I did in the second ply, which is a mathematical mistake on my end. This should have been 16 nests, not 8, but that didn't cross my mind at the time. This will give me long colour repeats however, so it's okay. But also, since I started with 100 grams of each colour, I will also just divide this pile of fluff in half and spin the first half into a finished skein right now. This fibre was so dreamy to work with, especially the Corridale. It's from Wooltops and the purple is from Fingerboy, both bought at the same fibre festival as the first skein we made. I've linked the vlog from the festival in a card up in the corner and also in the description in case you're curious. The purple was also very smooth to spin, but it had a little less grip than the Corridale, so it wanted to draft thinner than the yellow, so it took more effort to spin, honestly, because I needed to match the thickness. Just as I had talked about how I just flow with what my yarn does nowadays. Count this as the exception that confirms the rule. And just like that, our first ply is done, so now let's move on to the second. Long repeat fractals are pretty boring in the first ply, not gonna lie. You know there's a colour change coming, but it's so far away. And once it's done, it's done. The second and third will have a little bit more happening, and I am looking forward to it a lot. That's them done, and I am officially out of bobbins. So now I'm going to quickly get my winder out again and make some little sentable cakes that we can ply from. And there we go! Plying in this case is super straightforward. I just make sure to start from the same end, aka the center bowl of all the cakes, and then we just go until we're done. And that's our skein! It turned out so beautiful, oh my goodness, I love it! Despite messing up the amount of colour repeats in the third ply, I am really enjoying this yarn, and Lemon Drop is too. Now I have a little extra time I want to spend on one more project. I have these little rolags that have been languishing in my stash since 2022 or so, and I have this amount of it spun on this spindle. So let me actually spindle spin for a little bit and finish this one up. Spindle spinning tends to hurt my hands, so I use my thumb braces when working with heavier spindles like this one. I ended up having to ditch the one on my left hand after a while as it got in the way of the fibre. Velcro and wool isn't a great combination, but for a quick little project like this, I'll be okay. And that's one tiny little ball of yarn. I'm going to chain ply this one on the wheel to keep the colours where they are. It turned into a really thick and fun yarn. This is made with yarn scraps from a project I worked on that year, and I can say it's very much colours I worked with back then. I kind of want to make a 2025 version of this project after this year is over so we can see the difference. But yeah, here's how the mini skein turned out. Really fun, and that's us all done with spinning for the day. We made yarn, besties. We made yarn and it is ponylicious, right? First, we finished this skein, which is 100 grams of 2/3 merino and Jämtland sheep and 1/3 angora rabbit fur. And oh my goodness, it is so soft. It's so dreamy, so soft, so squishy, and it reminds me of berries and cream. Not a pony. Actual berries and cream. But if we want to label this as a pony, because this is a spinning ponies video after all, I would call this Hippity Hop, the So Soft pony from Generation 1, or Star Swirl, the Generation 3 pony. Both are great ponies, so that's very nice. But yeah, we made this, and then, besties, here's what we are all here for today, the lemon drop yarn. It is impossible for me to talk about my pony collection without mentioning my character collection of this pony. She's my favorite. I also adore other ponies with the same color combination. I have one on the wall behind me. You can't see her because she's like on top, but I have one on the wall behind me that's not lemon drop but the same colors. I have a bunch in my collection that are the same colors. It's my favorite pony color combination. I even plastered my phone with stickers of the pony. I made this one, by the way. Anyway, of course I have to match my pony collection with some yarn in the same colors. So we made this today. We made this, and this is just half of the project. Sadly, I didn't have enough time to make the entire second half of the yarn, but I will for sure spin that up as well. I have it all prepped in these little nests, and I'm dropping it all over the place. I have it prepped in the nest, so it's all ready to go for next time that I feel like spinning. But yeah, I absolutely love how this came out. I adore it. I made a mistake in my fractal math, which resulted in not quite a fractal yarn, not a true fractal yarn, because it doesn't have the sections in the middle where all three strands of this color or that color meets for a solid color, a little bit in the middle. It's just in the start and the end of the yarn. That's okay. It turned out so pretty anyway. And I'm excited to have 100 grams more to spin, because that means I'll have 200 grams of this yarn, which is enough to actually make something. So I'll have enough for a little project. No idea what I'll make, but it'll be something at some point, and it'll be lemon drop themed because it's a lemon drop yarn, and I am so excited. This is 50/50 merino and Corriedale fibre. The yellow is Corriedale and the purple is merino, so it's slightly, ever so slightly different to spin. This one has a little more grip and this one is a little more smooth, but they are very, very similar in feel and softness, so it's all good. And I, like I said, absolutely adore how this came out. Lastly, and this is a very small thing, lastly I finished an old whip. And this is a very tiny little project. This has been sitting in my wool crate for literal years. This is a scrappy yarn that I made with yarn scraps, yarn ends that I carded into little rolags using my hand carders, and I did that as a project in an old Vlogmas video, I think, like in 2022. It was a fun little project, not fun enough that I finished it in that Vlogmas, but it's a fun little project. I had 3 rolags left and I figured I would just finish it so I can get it out of my stash and get it off of my spindle. I barely spindle spin anymore because it hurts my hands. Every now and then it's really nice to just spindle spin for a bit. I mainly go for my small not handmade, they are 3D printed Turkish spindles because they weigh absolutely nothing, instead of the crystal spindles that I also own because they're a little bit too heavy for my thumb joints. They like to just pop out when I use them. Anyway, I figured I would just get it done. So here we are. We have a mini skein. We have a very small mini skein, and color-wise this is very on point for what I used back then, like Shaiyeh of a couple of years ago. It's black and hot pink with some specks of grey and red. Very, very on brand for me. I think these are scraps probably from my first 2 Stephen West shawls, Twist and Turns and Shawlography, I think. Mainly Twist and Turns. It would be so interesting to make a yarn like this from my yarn ends from this year as well. So I think I'll put a pin in that thought and save it for the start of next year so we can see what the 2025 yarn looked like. But I do also have a bag of yarn ends from like the past 2 years, 2023, 2024. So let me know if you would like to see a video on that as well. Making yarn out of what I made in those years. Let me know in a comment and we'll see what we can do. In that case though, I will try to make yarn that's a little bit prettier than this one. This is very lumpy and quite thick. I made it quite thick yarn. I chain plied it and it is quite, I would guess like a worsted weight, which is fine. It's absolutely fine, but it's not that pretty. And that's not the colours. It is really pretty colour wise in my opinion, even though I don't really use these darker colours right now. I wouldn't say anymore because I'll probably get back into it at some point, but right now I don't really use these colours, but colour wise it's pretty. Looks wise, not so much in my opinion. I'll try to make the next one prettier, but it's still a really fun mini skein to have, and I'm glad I finished it. I'm glad I got this out of my stash so we can make a tiny project with it. If I do like start a series where I make yarn from this year, yarn from that year, I don't know, maybe little squares or something and make like a collage of every year. I don't know. Let me know what you think I should do with this year's skein. That is mini skein. I think it'll end up being mini skeins regardless because yarn ends are so short. We'll see. Let me know what you think. I am curious to hear. But yeah, those are all the projects. These 3 are all the projects we worked on today. It was a quick little fun little spinning adventure over a couple of days for me. A couple of minutes for you. It was really fun. I had lots of fun spinning these. I still have way more pony coloured fluff in my stash behind me, so I'm hoping to spin another pony spin in the future. I also have more of the lemon drop, like I said, and I also have 2 skeins worth of more minty fluff, so I might just do a part 2 finishing up these, but we'll see. Which one though? Which one was your favourite today? Let me know. And also, what's a pony you'd like to see in yarn form that's not minty or lemon drop? Let me know that as well. Or if you're not a pony person, what's some other fandom or character or cartoon, whatever you like? What's some other fun thing you would like to see in yarn form? I am always looking for more spinning inspiration, so I am super curious to hear what other kind of character or whatever whatever you would like to see interpreted into yarn. I am super curious to hear your ideas, but if you're not feeling chatty today, that is completely and totally fine too. Go ahead and leave some magical sparkly emojis for me down below and I will sparkle heart you right back. Also, please take one teensy weensy second to like the video if you liked it, as that helps me out a ton. Thank you. And also, if you are new here, hi, hello and welcome. It is so good to see you here today. Thank you so much for clicking on my face and for watching to the end of the video. I appreciate you so much. If you are new and you would like to keep seeing what I get up to on the channel in the future, please consider clicking the subscribe button down below and also ring the bell to get notified whenever I upload a new video. We do all kinds of fun crafty things on here, like fun little project videos like we did today. We do challenges, we do cozy vlogs, we do tutorials, we knit and crochet and cross stitch and draw and like all sorts of crafty things. And I am also live every Monday, or mostly every Monday. I wasn't live this week, but I'm live every Monday for a very cozy knit and crochet or craft whatever you want and chat, hang out here on the channel. So make sure to tune into that if you want to hang out and work on some stuff together. And also, if you want more hanging out live, I also have a second channel where I play games on live and also occasionally post gaming videos. We play Animal Crossing New Horizons and we also play Hello Kitty Island Adventure on there. So if that is also something you enjoy, I have it linked in the description and also at the end of the video, so please go and check that out as well if you think that sounds like something for you. Thank you so much. We also have a Discord for the channel that is also linked in the description if you want to hang out even more and connect with other crafting club peeps. That's you, by the way. If you are subscribed, you're automatically part of the Cozy Crafting Club. Welcome to the club. But yeah, Discord. It's a great place to hang out, share about your pets, share about your day, share about your projects. We'd love to have you. So that you can find that in the description as well. And if you want to get extra cozy, if the Cozy Crafting Club isn't enough for you and you want to get extra cozy, we also have memberships open on the channel. It can be Extra Cozy Crafting Club or Super Cozy Crafting Club. You will get access to some cute stickers to use in comments and chat on my lives, cute little yarn badge next to your name, and Super Cozy members also get access to members only live streams. But yeah, I'll stop yapping in a second, I promise. But I'm also just gonna super quickly mention that my socials are in the description, as well as my Ko-fi shop where you can find patterns, stationery, stickers. I have Labubu stickers that I made, stickers, stitch markers, also freebies, free patterns to download. So thank you so much if you check that out as well. But yeah, that is a lot of talking. So now I shall stop doing that and I shall let you go and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you ever so much for watching today and for hanging out for this little crafting sesh we had today. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. And I will see you again very soon in my next video. You guys take care now. Bye!